So, picture this: voters are practically throwing themselves at the feet of Duterte, begging for his return like he's a long-lost puppy. They're reminiscing about his magical powers in tackling drug-related chaos. It's like they think he's some sort of superhero who can just swoop in and save the day. Honestly, it's all very dramatic, but they feel like they urgently need his leadership again. Somebody cue the slow-motion music. Now, let's talk about the rising drug concerns among the youth. It's like they're saying, hey, we missed that tough love from Duterte. Some folks are convinced that without his strict policies, the drug problems have morphed into a sequel nobody asked for. The community is feeling the pressure. It's as if the issue is back with a vengeance, and they're not here for it. And what's this? The economy is throwing a tantrum too. Prices of essential goods are skyrocketing faster than a college student's stress levels during finals week. People are starting to feel that pinch in their wallets. Affordability and basic necessities are becoming more elusive than a good Wi-Fi signal in a basement dorm. Despite all this drama, many Duterte supporters are clinging to him like he's the last slice of pizza at a party. Even with recent criticisms and a few hiccups under his administration, this unwavering loyalty raises eyebrows about the political future in the Philippines. It's clear that the love for Team Duterte is strong, even if some are wondering if it's his leadership or just nostalgia for better times. Now, let's dive into the economic sea of troubles. Citizens are feeling particularly salty about the rising cost of goods. Bananas, anyone? Rising prices could sway voter decisions faster than someone trying to dodge an exam they didn't study for. The economic woes are real, and they're weighing on everyone's minds more than that pile of dirty dishes in the communal kitchen. Speaking of competition, surveys are popping up like mushrooms after rain. Everyone's curious about which political team is coming out on top. It's like a reality show but with fewer rose ceremonies and more debates. The political environment is heating up as the election approaches, and folks are gearing up like it's the final season of their favorite series. With all these rising drug issues, it's no wonder people are rallying back behind Duterte. They've got this belief that he has the magic touch to whip it back into shape. It's like they're clutching onto the past, hoping he can reignite that spark he once had. It's a nostalgic trip down memory lane, and they want to relive the glory days. And let's not forget the feeling of suffering among the less fortunate. It's loud and clear: voters just want a leader who gets them, someone who isn't living in a bubble. They believe Duterte's approach is more relatable to their struggles, kind of like having a friend who always knows the right snacks to bring to a study session. Of course, economic struggles are at the forefront. People are grumbling about rising prices and how tough it is to make ends meet. It's like trying to stretch a single slice of pizza to feed a whole dorm. Many feel like Duterte could tackle these economic hurdles way better than the current crop of leaders, and they're ready for some real solutions. Then we have budgeting concerns, because who isn't feeling the heat there? Families are scratching their heads, contemplating how to afford education and everyday essentials when prices are going up like a college student's caffeine intake during exam week. Budgeting has never seemed so high stakes. It's like playing Monopoly but with real money and real consequences. Now, let's break down the differences between Duterte and Marcos. Some are all about Duterte's strict approach to governance, saying it's like the parental figure enforcing the rules. They crave that safety and order in society, like a well-organized group project where everyone knows their role, as if we've ever seen one of those. The role of public opinion is shaping up like a clay sculpture, malleable and messy. People are sharing their thoughts about the candidates, and it's like a brainstorming session gone wild. You can feel the deeper societal concerns bubbling up, showing just how much these opinions can influence the political decisions that shape their lives. And in a dynamic twist, participants are asked to share their political preferences. Who's part of Team Duterte or Team Marcos? This isn't just a casual chat, it's like polling for the best pizza toppings, but with much higher stakes. Everyone is eager to show whose side they're on. One enthusiastic participant even sings Duterte's praises, highlighting some perceived improvements, like military salaries and a dip in drug-related chaos. It's as if they believe Duterte's governance is akin to a magic spell that can rid the land of issues. Talk about an endorsement that feels like a campaign ad, right? The chat also points out how important discipline is to participants. They want a leader who can keep things in check. It's a key quality they believe is vital in governance. What they're really looking for is someone akin to that friend who always stays sober enough to keep everyone in line on a night out. Where's that person when you need them? The conversation shifts to youth behavior and societal responsibility, questioning just why certain ages seem to get a bad rap for crime and addiction. It's a much bigger picture, illustrating deeper societal issues. It's like raising the question of whether the peanut butter or the jelly is to blame for that sandwich gone wrong. Public sentiment surrounding Duterte is a mixed bag, a cocktail of support and critique. Participants share their thoughts on his policies and how they've seen changes in their communities. It's a reflection of life in the real world, where nothing is ever black and white. It's more like 50 shades of gray with a side of confusion. Finally, the interview wraps up with a shout out to grassroots opinions. Vendors and everyday citizens offer their insights that often go under the radar of mainstream discussions. It's like discovering that the unsung heroes at the back of the class actually have the best ideas, proving that everyone's voice really matters in this political saga.